How's it going, everybody? Thanks for clicking onto this video, and go ahead and give it a like immediately, just because you're that kind of person. Guys, today's video is going to be less instructional, less informative. I mean, you'll probably get some things out of it. I'd like it to be more in the spirit of inspiration. I want to inspire you guys, anybody who's out who loves to fish through the warm months. Obviously, those are the obvious times to fish, but haven't necessarily ever tried fishing during the winter, during the cold months, because it's cold, and maybe you've never even thought to bass fish or fish for any fish that lives in the water and eats during the winter, or maybe you're just looking for a different perspective. Here's the thing, guys. Bass and all other fish species, but this video is about bass, they eat year round. They eat during the winter. They're not like a bear. They don't just crawl up into a hole in the water and just lay there until the water starts to warm up again. They eat, okay? Now, their attitude about eating is really different. They're slow and lethargic, okay? They are not going to go crazy chasing after baits. They're not going to be very active. They're just kind of hanging out, just chilling, conserving energy, waiting for the water to, waiting for the warm weather to come back. But they still eat. So a few things you need to do if you're looking for bass over the winter. You need to go big. Whatever you're going to do, go big. Basically, you want to find that big old bass who is sitting around and you need to get right up on him and bring the bait right in front of him, so he just has to take a step, take 2 steps, or not even move, but just come up and open up his mouth, and he's going to get a big old meal to help sustain him through the cold months. That's when the big bass are going to take, they're going to take the opportunity to eat. Okay, I've got a few that have been successful for me in the past. Just a few soft plastics I had just sitting right here. I thought I'd grab them. I've got a Berkeley power bait. It's a 10-inch, okay? It's in, the color is not super important. It's in Tequila Sunrise, kind of a purple black color. But it's a 10-inch worm, okay? Now, some of you guys, maybe you've never, you never buy the big long worms. If you're gonna be bass fishing during the winter, buy big, 10, 12 inches. I typically don't use anything less than 9 or 10, okay? But then I've got 2 culprit. These are old bags. They're all tore up. But this is a 10-inch culprit worm. Red culprit worm is 10 inches, okay? And then culprit actually has a fat max. This is only 7 inches. I think they do these in 9 inches as well. But it's real plump, just a real fat, real juicy looking meal. Okay, so there's one thing. You gotta have a big bait, okay, because that's what they want to eat. They don't want to spend a lot of energy, and they're not going to spend much energy at all if they're just going to get a little meal out of it. You got to make it worth the energy they're going to spend, or they're not going to take that bite. They're not going to react to it. I guess we'll try to put it right here, over in this area. This is a photo of me before I was fishing out of a kayak. I was still fishing the banks. Me and my wife were living in Nashville at the time, and it's right on the street. It was kind of just a small pond in front of an apartment complex, because that's pretty much what I had. I work a lot of hours, so I don't have a lot of time, but I love to fish, so that's what I did. I caught this big bass. This is my personal best largemouth in Tennessee. I caught this big largemouth on just a War Eagle double blade spinner, and I was barely moving through the water on the bank, and he took it. I didn't even realize how big this fish was until I got him out of the water. He was so lethargic. Really did not get a big fight out of him. It was like the first week of January a couple of years ago. As you can see, I'm bundled up. It's kind of chilly outside. So I just want to build some confidence in you guys. Go out and try and get a good bass over the winter there. Also, a video you guys may not know about him. The channel is called BamaBass. Have a lot of followers. He's been doing it for years, but it's a great channel. It's not kayak fishing, but it's bass fishing. They're in Alabama, catch a lot of big bass, and he has put up a video and just in the last week or so, just basically about what he does to target big bass through the winter and kind of the mindset that he gets in and things like that. It's not a really long video, but I found it great. I really enjoyed it. So go check that out. I'm gonna put a link in the description for that video. Watch that video, probably a little bit more informative than this. Go bass fishing in the winter. You'll be surprised. If you've never tried it, try it. Basically, you're gonna wanna have big baits, big jigs, big trailers, big plastics, just the biggest, fattest, juiciest worm you can get, big old creature bait, and work it slow. Put it in the structure. I do a lot of dead sticking during the winter, and I kind of do that regularly anyway, but that's basically where you throw the bait at the target area and you literally let it sit there. You don't immediately start retrieving or twitching or anything. You just let it sit there, and there'll be a lot of bass that react to that, and you'll get them in the boat. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope that it was informative and helpful for you. Again, go check out that video that BamaBass put up. I really enjoyed it. I think it'll be informative for you as well. As always, subscribe, tell your buddies, and get out there and go fishing, guys, and get you a kayak or a canoe or something. Get on the water. All right? Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.